Supreme Rising. You already know the vibes, and this is Naga the Wise. yo, what's good? What's going on? You see the title? The title says All Aboard. Symptoms or character upgrades. Naga the Wise. So what we doing is I'm about to explain something to you real quick. You already know the vibes. And yeah, we just gonna chop it up real quick. Like yeah. I'll be wanting to speak on so many things because I get so many downloads at one time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's always just like a Plinko board, you know what I'm saying, of downloads. So it's like, you know, you want to drop, it's like they drop a bunch. So they just bouncing around like ding, 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 ding. They just come down and they fall in their own value when they get there. So this one might be more important because it falls in the center. This one might be not as important. This one might be important. They all important, but they fall in their own value. So it's like some of them is knowledge for the feet, some of them knowledge for the knees, some of them knowledge for the hips, some of them knowledge for the stomach, knowledge for the heart, the shoulders. Everything gets its own mail now. And before, you know, I bet if y'all got whatever downloads you got, you probably got one. You didn't open all the other ones. Like you didn't learn to catch other downloads yet. You know what I'm saying? Or even know what that even looks like. But I ain't going to go into that. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I see things. So sometimes what I want to talk about, you know what I'm saying, what's comfortable to talk about might not be what I should be talking about, right? So I'd be like, I want to say this, I want to say that, yeah. You know what I'm saying? There's so much, you know what I'm saying? That's why I be all over the place. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'll be on this page and then I come to this page. And then I go to that page and then I be on that page. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you going to do next? None of your damn business. You'll never know, ever, because I don't never know. That's how divine wanted. That's how I accept it. I don't need to know. You know what I'm saying? That's because I'm accepting everything, how it comes. I don't need to know. Like, unless divine want me to know, just so we can laugh at other shit. It's divine comedy for the most part. My core is happy at the end of the day. Like, my core be cracking the fuck up about shit. Like, I be laughing like, yo, people don't never know. Like, they'll never know. They always perceive on the outside. You know what I'm saying? So you'll never get a chance to really know shit. You know what I'm saying? Because you'll be like, this is how you see it. But anyway, we're going to jump on the topic. You know what I'm saying? Anybody who comes in, you know what I'm saying, leave a comment. Tell me where you're coming from, what your name is and all that. Subscribe to me. I'll subscribe back to you. You know what I'm saying? No problem. You already know the vibes. We all can grow each other's pages together. You know what I'm saying? So, and especially if you do content, you know what I'm saying? Holler at me. Might pop you up here on the show or whatever. Just make sure you hit the email to contact me first so I can see who you is, whatever we can do. You know, we'll get familiar through that in the ways we need to, and then we can go from there. Yeah, so you see the topic, all aboard, symptoms or character upgrades, Naga the Wise. See, it be deep, because for the most part, everybody want to be quick to understand or explain it. And it don't even work like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so just like you're being trained to be almighty, you know what I'm saying? Just like you're really just growing through life, you know what I'm saying? And you're being tempered to not be bothered by systematic issues or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Whatever that may be, whoever's being controlled by him, however close it gets to you. Like, it could be a family member that's so systematic that they just don't listen and they are in control of your life in some way. So they're like guiding you wrong and you know it, but your voice ain't, or your position ain't strong enough to make a move towards those things yet. You know what I'm saying? It's because how the system is laid in some form of play. You know, that reality states its own value. Some people are systematically oppressed in other ways by what they're incapable of doing. you know what I'm saying, or incapable of having, or positions they can't just put themselves in. Some people get in the right positions just to make sure that different individuals don't reach certain levels of life. And all these mechanisms are put into place to make you believe that it's you, that it's you. You know what I'm saying? And they're also there also to make you feel, or have your character feel like it's inadmissible. It's easily passed over. You know what I'm saying? It's a passive aggressive thing to deal with. It's like, we'll just do this with you. And then you'll feel so bad that you will never inhabit a high vibrational integrity. So to say all that is, once you understand why the negative is coming, and then you master that understanding as its own intention towards you, now you can bathe in the positive aspects of it, right? Because you understand that's intention. So that's a burden in itself, right? But then you start attracting that other energy, that other frequency. No matter where you are, it'll come. You'll just feel the wave, boom, hit you. So now your integrity base in your private time is based off you reveling in that peace. So your integrity around people will be peaceful, no matter what they throw at you. So now you're looking at these things like, why? Why is this? What's the reason for me to want to do right? Like, why do I have to do good for? What is that energy of being in peace? And what is that for? You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand what I get from it while it's here, but there's a time for everything. And that time frame for every integrity that you learn, every new piece of knowledge that you get, it changes into something, right? So for me personally, I'm quick, I'm fast with it. It's like the speed of the way I understand things is so fast, it bothers people, because they'll think like, from 1 second I didn't know to the next second now I know. You know what I'm saying? But like, yo, how you just said you didn't know, but you know now. It's like, because I can comprehend real fast. So it bothers people almost like disrespect. You know what I'm saying? It's because that's just how it's acclimated. But I learned like that also in spiritual energy. So I get it real fast. Boom. So now that I'm understanding this particular energy, I can be in that energy. I don't have to comprehend it. I'm gonna be it. So I'm in it. So it evolves. Each stage and character evolves. It changes to something else, and it's growing. That energy grows. So as it grows, it's like it adds its own new attributes to it. You know what I'm saying? Almost like insecticides. You know what I'm saying? Like, you'll start producing stronger saps. You know what I mean? As the type of tree that you are, and the aura that comes off of that energy, with you just accepting it instead of fighting against it or trying to categorize it or judging it in some type of way. You just accepting it. It attaches in its own particular way. This is literally universal frequencies embedding themselves into your light aura. What's the point? Why they evolving? Where are they going? Like, what are they changing into? And what's the purpose of them changing? This is why integrity is important. Integrity leads you to start looking at things in its second nature. It's like saying, I know how to do that. You don't have to look on your hand to find a mole, because you've seen that mole on your body your whole life. You be like, I got a mole right here, right there. Da, da, da. You ain't got to look for it. Even though you might be like, see, you know what I'm saying? But you know it's right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't got to say, you know, it's right there. Like, it's right there. You know what I'm saying? Because you know where it's at. Second nature. These characters are going to become second nature to you. Why are they going to be second nature to you? Because your body has to be able to feel it. So even with the reason, because the split is happening. People think the earth going to crack in half, bam, and split, be two halves floating, like, you know what I'm saying? Nah, it's like a phase. The spiritual energy splits, and it's two dimensions now, but one is tangible and one is not tangible to its existence, right? Hold on 1 second. Don't let what I'm saying go over your head, right? It's like the spiritual energy split, but they are already in two dimensions. They're in two dimensions together like this, because you have dimensions inside of you. You know what I'm saying? This is why everybody been saying, and innately they're like, yo, go inside, because the integrity base wants you to get used to the higher vibration inside that's trapped inside the flesh. So once you get used to it, that integrity base, and then the phase happens. The phase is going to go like this. You ain't going to feel nothing. You won't feel it. What you remember, right, as far as, and I'm telling you what's going to happen, whether y'all, if you don't get it, you're just not going to get it. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. Everything that's here right now that you are familiar with, right, it's familiar because you right here. But when that phase happens and it pulls the two spiritual energies apart, people who are here that are more into this spiritual energy, that existence and the memory of them that you have with them is going to go with that existence, and how they remember you is going to stay here. So it's going to be like your remembrance of them is going to disappear. You're not going to remember these people. The whole existence is going to be over there. Like everything that you know, it's going to fit it. It's going to fit it together in this existence. So now everything that's left from like that spiritual energy, that's going to be your world. And they're going to fit it together in a way that these, is it trying to make me choke up? That these energies that got phased out, they try to make me stop talking. The energies that got phased out, they're going to be over here in this world on a higher vibration. It's two vibrations. So this vibration, what you choose to do right now, that's why they say it's a war. You know what I'm saying? People are warring because it's like you're fighting against something you have no comprehension of. So you're choosing a side by your choices. So now when that phase happens, you're automatically going to be stuck in this way of energy. Everybody who likes that, that's why we can see mass amounts of that energy. You see what I'm saying? This is why you can see mass amounts of it. Like you can see everybody on the same page on this type of energy, or everybody on the same page of that type of energy. You might be walking through it. You might bump into them, this type of energy, and these people who are just like this. You be like, that's some weird energy. And then you move on. And then you bump into these people, and then they like this, and they got a whole crowd of people, and they got their own energy. And then you move on, and then you keep moving, and you keep meeting different levels of energy. It's like you're moving through the existences, and all these bubbles of existences are collaborative. And you see people in all these different worlds. You know what I'm saying? But the higher world, you know what I'm saying, the higher self is not apartheid to any of it. Divine says, I'm not of the world. That's the simplest concept you can take with you and just run with the ball. Like, tuck the ball and keep running with that. I got the ball. I'm running. I'm staying with this. I'm holding on to that. Divine ain't of the world. Almighty. Don't feel none of this. You got to tuck that and run with it. Don't look back. You're going to be running into a lot of things. You're going to be running into a lot of things. You're going to be running into a lot of things. You're going to see a lot. You're going to see a lot. You're going to be running. You're going to get through. You're going to get through. It's the whole point. The energy glitching the whole screen. Don't be lost in the sauce. Just listen to what I mean. The energy is glitching the whole screen. Don't be lost in the sauce. Just listen to what I mean. Don't be looking like I'm crazy. I'm standing up on my dean. I'm ripping them out the curtains. I'm ripping them by the seams. I ain't even going to do it, but you know what I'm saying? Like, boy, Ben Bar heavy, but yo, look, I'm trying to tell y'all something. When the phase happened, that's how you get over there. Nobody don't want to listen. They trying to hold you here with issues, yo. Like, when you rise above them issues, you crush motherfuckers, yo. Because they listen, in a story, how do you listen to a story without characters? They don't tell you how misery works. Y'all ain't seen the movie Misery? Remember Misery with the dude? He was the writer. They messed your whole head up with that story. Like, he was a writer. He was going to, do his thing with the new story. He got trapped in a town on a snow night. Car crash, went down the hill. The story happened, but he's the writer, right? The writer crashed, ended up in a story, right? Lady found him, brought him in the house, broke his legs and all that. You feel me? He dragging himself through the house. I gotta get out of here. You know what I'm saying? I gotta get out of here. She's like, where you going? Come here. You know what I'm saying? Like, she was funny. I'm like, yo, this crazy. How he the writer in a story, trapped in a little town, and she like, I feel like I'm in one of your stories. She said it to him. I'm like, yo, y'all don't hear this right now? You don't see the vibes? That's how potent it was. And people was like, yo, they just gonna ride the wave of life. They're gonna have the human experience. All right. You sure that's what you're supposed to be doing? You sure? You experiencing something for what reason, though? Because everybody get high off something. And those endorphins is kicking in for what reason? Divine said, I'm not of the world. We'll go back to that. Every time I see the hole, I'm going to punch it in. I'm going to thumbtack it right there. I'll show you. Every time I see the hole, I'm going to thumbtack it right there. You know what I'm saying? So why you feeling that, son? So Jordy, why you like that right there so much, B? That shit thing. People didn't even know back in the day. Niggas be like, yo, you shining. Are you shining, son? Yo, look at you shining. You on that glow right now, right? People don't even remember. Thumbtack it. What's more important than the divine? At any given time, like, you can't see the divine, like, you ain't looking for it. Oh, this is so good. I ain't got to think about the divine right now. Well, I'm the man so much right now, I ain't got to add divine in. Even though divine know that's what you're trying to do. So it's like, yo, I'm giving you both options to weave through. You're supposed to be the illest basketball player. Niggas used to be nice with the rock. You know what I'm saying? Niggas used to be nice with the rock. Oh, and we ain't like playing teams. We played 21. 21 is 3 sevens. We're going to complete it. Look at the mathematics. She was so crazy. 21 was 3 sevens. You got to score 21 points in the game, and there's one person against everybody else, all different types of people, tall, short, you know what I'm saying, fat, everybody out there. Look at the game, how I processed. You was the only one, but you was moving through characters. Everybody got their own style. So you moving through characters with the rock. Shake it. Go to the hole. Drop the ball in 360 degrees in another circle. Circle in a circle. Spirit inside of one. You didn't even see the game. We love basketball. Like, yo, why? Because it has so much meaning. Ain't nobody ever broke it down to you like that. Ever. Ever. Never heard somebody say it to you like that. It don't exist. This is mine. And the way I see it is how I'm supposed to see, to show you how you're supposed to see. Divine say, yo, I'm going to shine light through this one, this way. You know what I'm saying? You cross your laces up that way. I lace mine this way. Your understanding ain't like mine. I'm comfortable. You know what I'm saying? You ever seen a dude who just box naturally, who know how to just throw his hands? He ain't trying to throw his hands. You know how to just throw his hands. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just come so fluidly. You be like, yo, how you do that just like naturally? Like, you know where to move at. Bang, bang. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's different energy. Some people been here long enough to master that as an understanding. That's why I was saying it's a lot of new spirits. Niggas ain't got enough karma to go through the divine understanding yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, when God body hit a lot of people, like, it hit them, and a lot of people understood it and was able to move with it to get the knowledge from it, because what was going to happen later. You know what I'm saying? It didn't happen like that for everybody, and it's not happening still. People sitting there like, yo, I don't get it yet. I'm just comfortable being me. You know what I'm saying? You comfortable being you, that's cool. That's what's up. You know what I'm saying? But do you understand? You don't understand. You know what I'm saying? You don't understand. You can't understand because you ain't been in there enough. A lot of people say, I understand, I overstand, I understand. How do you do any of these things if you're not there? These are processes. These are processes of study and discipline. So how you gonna say something you never did? Most people ain't never been inside self. You ain't cracked that egg and broke down in tears because you truly went and found your lower self, the one you hid. You know, the kid that you used to be, that innocent love, that's innocent layer of the person you was. You ain't go deep down inside yourself and found that kid and brought him out through all the character that you become, sat the kid on your shoulder and say, now me and you going through life from this point on, we're going to make a decision for my innocence, not from my contingencies, the things that happened that made me what I am. We're going to make decisions based off how divine sent me. Ain't none of y'all ain't did that and comfortably broke that the person you thought you is. Nah, because you still carrying a facade. You scared to live like that. You terrified of that you. You terrified what somebody gonna do to that you. You too busy, got too many questions. Divine said it's almighty. Look, I'm glitching the screen. You know what I'm saying? Divine said it's almighty. What is almighty worrying about in any form? It's nothing to be, you know what I'm saying? What's your authority like? Who your authority? Light points through my history. So you're supposed to be connected to your light points. Like, this is why you had to go back and get yourself. I'm trying to tell y'all, I don't say it's divine comedy. Nobody don't listen to me. I was like, yo, I've been telling you for a long time. Yeah, go back to the first videos. You got to find my old videos. You know what I'm saying? You got to find my old videos. I've been telling y'all, yo, get familiar with that. Go check out incremental science, man. Go check it out, yo. It's video. I'm dropping it in there. I'm telling y'all, like, yo, look, you got to go get this person. You got to go get you. It's all about you. It's always been about you. But it ain't about you until you understand that. You know what I'm saying? And once you start understanding, believe me, I've been in those situations where I had to fight the value of comprehending what part of me was it about. I've been there too. You know what I'm saying? And after I got through that understanding, everything else fell into place. It's going to fall into place. You're going to feel a certain type of way. And the comprehension is going to come with that because you're going to start being able to see the energies that you use. And it's going to be a constant. You know what I mean? It'll be little reminders that'll keep popping up in directional signs. Like if you're driving on the highway, they like, yo, exit 20 right here goes to this place. Or exit 15A, take this exit. It's like that. You'll feel that energy. Things are like you'll see a message here and a message there. And only you will know. And when you're in different spots, know that those messages is to guide you, teach you, and strengthen you to a certain vibration. And while you collecting these vibrations, you're twisting them together. It's like you making a vibrational key. The more you get these downloads and you follow them correctly, you follow the shot through, you twisting them, you're making the key. When you get towards the end, they're going to tell you, they're going to be like, yo, you're coming into your duration. It'll say it not like that, but it'll tell you what's happening. So now you'll know why you're making that key. And then when it happens, that'll be your key. You might download, you might eat the key. It might not be a key to stick into a door. It might be the key for you just to carry to change your frequency. So when that happens, you phase easily. You just phase with it. So you're like, that's why that was for my whole existence to be that energy. So then I phase with the whole thing when it separates. It's not a crack. It's a phase. So the two spirits go like this. So now you've been this energy so long, you can give up this one. It's like, that's why you're killing the concept of being a different type of person. You're saying like, all right, I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that doesn't serve my highest good. Right? Some people will say, I'm going to do this anyway. Right? And that means they're content. They're content with that particular vibration, right? They never say that, they don't never look at the highest good. They always look to self-serve. Right? So when you practice being on your highest scale so much, even through the detriment of other people's burdens, you become that frequency. It's intertwined in you. So now you kind of just, it's like you're grading yourself to be a part of where that frequency comes from. You're grading it. You know what I'm saying? So now you being a part of that twist of energy, you're hanging on to the end because that's what you are. So they like to try to cut it, like, yo, let's cut them from, let's separate them from it, let's make them mad, let's see if we can piss them off, let's see if we can do all this stuff. And you're still what you are. You just never let it go. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about the attacks. All that's strengthening you to be more. So you can like, you're like, I take that, I get that. This is what made me be this way anyway. I'm gonna transmute that into some glue. You know what I'm saying? There's some glue for me to stay close to the divine. Divine said, don't deal with it. I ain't gonna deal with it. I'm gonna go over here. You feel me? And that's what you do. Anytime it come, oh, it's something coming, divine. Divine, 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 divine. All praise to the Most High. Divine. Go high right under the Most High big toe, like big toe or divine toe. right between divine toes, like, yep. I know it's funny. I'm just me making jokes and shit, but I'm just saying, yo, that be the vibes for me. Like, I ain't gotta know. I know the simplicity of it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's happening. Like, that's where you're gonna go. Like, that's the separation of the energies. You know what I'm saying? Somehow in the past they was able to take energies to create that place. You know what I'm saying? And thought they was gonna get an opportunity to hand pick divine energy to do what they want. But divine's plan is always something that people can't see, you know, and you're never going to see it, and you can't stop it, because it's just, you're just going to choose where you want to be, or be the example of where you have what you have to do on the next one. So it's like like that's why divine said it's always going to come how I sent it. So even if it takes another birth of a separation from that point, this one is happening now, and it's pulling, the spirits are being pulled apart. Like, that's why it feels weird to everybody. One day you're gonna wake up, you're gonna forget every negative thing that was there. They ain't gonna even be there. Like, you're gonna have a whole nother life. And you'll be like, yo, I feel like something. Oh, forget it. Let's just go. And life gonna be great. Or it's gonna be what you love. You know what I'm saying? If you like that particular type of energy, it's gonna be that. You know what I'm saying? If you like this type of energy, it's gonna be that. And you're just gonna be used to that. Like, it's just gonna be your way. Like, what does that even mean? Yeah, it's unfathomable. It's unfathomable. It's something that you can't even think about. You know what I'm saying? That shit is deep. That's why while I'm talking about it now, it keeps leading off. It's like, yo, don't stay too long in talking about that, because they ain't gonna comprehend that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the phase, yo. It's gonna pull apart. You know what I'm saying? Gonna separate from, you know what I mean? Like, you never know. Even a version of me, the version of me that's all dead, he may walk the earth again. He may, when the phase happen, the higher version of me might become the higher self or the lower self, and the lower self stay here, my higher self go over there. And now this conscious that's running this version of this body become the higher self. Now I'm thinking the way I'm thinking, but I'm there looking over my lower self, and put that back together to make the lower self merge into a higher verse by looking at its own consequences. And I be watching myself like, yo, remember when we used to do that? Now you got to deal with that yourself. Like, yo, shit get crazy. It's a whole Faruska doll, though. There's a whole Faruska doll. You don't know about those German dolls? It's like a doll inside of a doll inside of a doll inside of a doll, and they all look alike. Yeah, like that. So like, we crack them open and take that bull crap out, because the surface has manifested into its own body, its own light body. So let's take that out. Let that run that again. And we got this one over here. Now you're going to guide him out. So now all my mistakes has became one body. And I'm looking at them like, I'm going to guide y'all out. This is what you got to do. And they be like, yo, I feel like because you used to. Shit crazy. Like, yo, what is he saying right now? It's like, it's airplanes. It's 747s. They just fly over the mountains. They like, shoo. Everybody ain't going to get it, yo. Everybody won't get it. I mean, I'm not saying that's how it is. I'm just saying, you know, processes, you know what I mean? Like, universal thought pattern just is ill. You know what I'm saying? It's ill. And if it's concepted, it's a higher version to the lower conception. So if I can scratch the door, somebody done punched a hole through it universally. Like, so, you know what I'm saying? It got to be some truth to it. Like, you can't manifest like that. It don't just, you can't say this is real. It has to come from something. It's a frequency. You know what I mean? And I never know one thing from the day before. You know what I'm saying? It comes. You know what I mean? I had to go meditate a little bit. I'm about to jump on a live stream and do some work in a little bit. But you already know the vibes, man. This is Naga The Wise, yo. Like, comment, subscribe, share. You know what I'm saying? Tap in. Hit the email. Information is always down in the description. My knowledge help you in any way. Support the channel. Information in the description. You know what I mean? You already know the vibes, yo. Y'all have a wonderful, beautiful life, day, growth, growing through life. You know what I'm saying? And all that. Naga The Wise, yo. 1000. In fact, send y'all out with some good vibes.